Hey, we are the Game Doctor team. We are a meaningful game studio from Scotland, and we develop games for health education, engagement, and data collection. So before we kick off, we'll do some introductions. Patrick, would you love to go first?
I'd love to, Carla. Thank you. My name is Patrick, and I've been in the video game industry for 20 years now. I've developed games in big companies, small companies, entertainment and education. And recently I joined Game Doctor as creative director to help improve the games to make them more fun and engaging. Nice to be here.
And hi everyone, my name's Carla Brown. I'm a scientist turned business owner, and I'm the CEO at Game Doctor. So I'm really excited to have Patrick on the team, and we work with a really nice group of developers and artists to bring our vision to life.
hmm
Now, I think Patrick, we've talked about this quite a lot, and in terms of vaccine education right now, there's so much out there, like so much. And I think, to be honest, even before COVID, we've both experienced the highs and lows of science education and health education, right?
And a lot of the trouble that I see is that vaccines are kind of abstract. Games help make a lot of these abstract concepts like vaccines more concrete. If you're actually playing as characters who are using vaccines to battle viruses and infections, you get a sense for how vaccines actually work, and then you can see how they can be useful in your own life.
So before we start talking about our game, because obviously we have to talk about that, why do you think in the past games that have previously tried to educate on vaccines maybe haven't been uptaken as much as the publisher developer would have wanted?
A lot of them are very focused on the scientific content. They are basically interactive, choose your own, outcomes, choose your own adventure stories, and they're very heavy on the content side of it, and not very heavy on the interactive simulation engagement side.
Yeah, you're right. And I think that is a massive challenge that people, our company faces and other companies like our face, because you suddenly have all these stakeholders in the room. You have
hmm
scientists, health professionals, students, teachers, designers, artists, and a lot of the time there's a massive compromise, whether it be on the engagement side or the learning side.
Exactly, and yeah, and so making games is one of the hardest things you can do as a software professional. And then if you throw into the mix, well, now we have to, bring in these outside educators and researchers who have their own perspective on the problem and how to best address it. It's definitely a pretty serious challenge.
I think it's time for us to really move on to talk about the game that we're making.
Mhm.
And what's super exciting about this is, like the vaccine development journey for COVID, our game is evolving and developing every day. So what the kind of story behind this project is, in 2020, the company received a small grant from Innovate UK to develop a prototype game to educate young people on COVID-19. So from that grant, we developed a prototype called Remedy Quest, which we soft launched on Google Play and got some amazing feedback. And then Patrick joined the team, and now we are completely expanding the product to focus more on vaccines.
Yeah, and I think, and when I came onto the project, I played through the game, I looked through the code and stuff like that, and there are a lot of great scientific principles that the game teaches. And the challenge that I took on for the project, especially for the next version, is how do we make these scientific learnings much more apparent to the player? How do we add more depth to the gameplay, and how do we introduce a story into the game to get people more engaged? We want people to care about the characters that they're protecting against COVID and other viruses. We want them to care if they survive or not. And having the players form an emotional connection to the in-game characters will help them better learn the scientific lessons that are already present in the game.
So let's dissect the game mechanics a little bit. So let's start off with our ordinals. So here we go. We've got them on screen.
So the ordinals are supposed to represent different your body's overall health. You can see that they're all looking happy right now, and they are exploring this mystical forest, which represents your body, and they are trying to collect information on these invaders that are coming into the body, which essentially is COVID. And as they're moving through the body, they are producing energy, which we're calling nutria, which represents your body's natural energy and defenses. And as you collect nutria, you can unlock skills to fight off the viruses. Got different, we call them remedies across the bottom of the screen here. So this one right here is a drug. And so you click on the drug, you place it on the screen, and that helps you fend off the viruses. Also, if you click over here on the far right side, you can click on the immune cell, the white blood cell, and it will go out and hunt down the viruses and kill them, just like they do in the right body. So, we're taking this fantasy concept and we're trying to make it a metaphor for how the actual science of the body works. Overall, you want to keep your cute little purple people, as we call them, happy and safe until they reach the end of the level. And if you reach the end of the level, you win.
Yeah, I love it. And I love that they're called ornals as well. I just think it sounds like such a mystical little species, which
yeah, exactly.
I super love. Okay, yeah, so we've went through the remedies. Let's have a look at the vaccine, because obviously this is our real focus here. So let's just pull up here the vaccine remedy in the game. Mm-hmm. So it looks like there's some antibody waves coming out. And, in terms of gameplay, how is that really going to engage and educate the player on the importance of vaccines?
That the vaccine is something that you earn through the game by collecting different pieces of the viruses. So similar to the real life, you build your vaccines based off the biology and chemistry of the viruses. So after you've collected enough genetic material to unlock the vaccine then triggers your body's antibodies, the things flying around on the screen right now, to go and clear off all the viruses.
And let's have a look at the character. So in the game, each of our remedies is powered by this beautiful guardian. So here we have our vaccine guardian on the screen. So how do you think this artwork and this character design is going to engage people and educate?
Oh, yeah, I think looking at this character, it's like, I want to know more about her. I want to know what she can do. She looks powerful, mysterious. She's not threatening, though, which was a good artistic choice from our art team. People look at this character and they want to hear what she has to say.
What I love about Remedy Quest is you can choose how the vaccine's upgraded. Maybe you want to make a super fast vaccine that has like a short half-life, or you want to make a vaccine that has a longer lifespan, so you get bigger antibody waves. As a player, I can really decide and actually experiment with what scientists are actually doing in real life. This is what they're doing when they're developing a vaccine.
What I really like about the new version is that we're collecting a lot of data on what people are actually doing and how they're choosing to upgrade their vaccines and their remedies. And we can use that to improve the game. So as a game designer, I love the collecting data so we can make a better experience for people. But from the science side, it's really great because we can see how people are choosing to engage with drugs or vaccines or other tools at their disposal.
And one thing that we're seeing that's really exciting, interesting, is in Brazil, our players in Brazil love the vaccine. And as we develop this game, and we translate it into Portuguese, that's something we want to find out. Why Brazil?
I would love to. I'm looking forward to answering that question.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully many more as well. So we've talked, a lot about Remedy Quest. We've talked about how positive and beneficial games are. But I want us just to kind of take the last 5 minutes to reflect on some of the limitations. And, as a scientific-driven company, I think it's important that we be very unbiased on this conversation. So what do you think some of the limitations are in terms of games?
Yeah, so I think there are a few different limitations of games. One is obviously audience. Not everybody likes to play games. My parents refuse to play any sort of game whatsoever. Um, and I think that's true of not just people who are in a different generation, but across different cultural regions. Like games just aren't as popular. There's also a technology divide. Some people don't have access to the internet or to mobile devices. So obviously we can't reach everybody. And I think lastly, the game, some people view games just purely as games. And they view the mechanics as just mechanics, and either they are not going to absorb the information as well as other people, or they're just going to dismiss it because it's, quote, just a game.
I think the hardest thing that me and Patrick and the team do face on a daily basis is that resistance to games being educational tools. We've pitched our services and this game to quite a few health stakeholders, and even just getting your foot in the door can be quite difficult. So it's really exciting for us to see that slowly change, a lot of it because of COVID. But yeah, if any health professional is watching this video, please just reach out to us, because we would love to not only educate you on the potential of games, but learn how we can make our service more suitable. We'd also like to better understand how our service can align to your compliance and QMS systems. So yeah, please reach out.
Yeah, and we've developed our games pretty smartly, I would say, and I would view it not as individual products, but more as a platform for delivering educational content. So hey, we've got Remedy Quest, we think it's super awesome, but can you guys make it so it's not fantasy based, it's more realistic based? Absolutely. That's absolutely, we are happy to, rebrand and reskin our products to meet specific audiences, cultures, demographics, etc.
Yeah, definitely. And likewise to the gaming community, if there's something Remedy Quest that you really like, please email us. If there's something that you really don't like, please email us. We
Oh,
want to
yeah.
be held accountable.
Oh, and just the harsh feedback is really useful. It really helps improve the game.
If this video has sparked your interest, you can absolutely download Remedy Quest now.
Yep.
It's free on Google Play. It's still the version 1, but version 2 will be ready by October. And Patrick, you have some good news as well.
Yes, we are launching on Apple this week. So we're very
Yay!
excited to be on the Apple App Store. And we'd love to hear your feedback on the game.
So if you're interested in downloading or playtesting Remedy
Yep.
Quest, you can get it on Google Play and Apple at these cute
Yep.
little
Click the
links.
links. Click, click, click.
In terms of what's next for us, so we are pretty much working flat out to get the second version with the beautiful ornals online by October. And then from there, we're going to be really investing more in our analytics so that we can start to explore ways that we can use our game data to help our health customers and our health stakeholders.
Yeah, so we're really excited to be launching an Apple next week, and we have many more exciting announcements coming up very soon. So please stay tuned and subscribe to our channel right here, and we'll be talking to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.